Why do left-handed people get a bad rap? Well, if you're a southpaw, you can blame the Romans. They took things to a whole new level. They didn't just dislike your writing hand, they straight up feared you. And that's where we got our English word sinister. The Romans saw the left side as inherently negative. The Romans practiced a form of fortune-telling called augury, where they'd look for signs from the gods in the flight patterns of birds. If a bird appeared on the left side during a ceremony, it was considered an inauspicious sign, basically a bad omen. Roman soldiers were trained to hold their shield in their left hand and their sword in their right. You would probably quit. That's why there are so few left-handed people in the military, because most people are right-handed. That is, so a left-handed soldier would break the formation and be a liability in battle. When someone important was about to enter a Roman chariot, they'd have their face covered by a cloth so that the driver wouldn't be tempted to strike them with the whip. If the person being driven was left-handed, they'd have to ride in the back, because it was too dangerous for them to be in the front. If you were a lefty kid, your parents might have forced you to write with your right hand or perform daily tasks with your non-dominant hand. There's still more right-handed people in the world than left-handed people. And when it comes to things like schooling, which was designed for right-handed people, lefties often have to play catch-up. After all, the goal was to conform to the standard right-handed ways. Not only could he not wield his weapons effectively, but he'd be a distraction to the guy next to him who's trying to fight. In Latin, the word sinistra meant left, but it also carried a second definition: unlucky or ominous. Take their religious rituals. For example, they also associated the left-handed with witchcraft and curses. In one story, the hero is about to make a sacrifice to the gods, but a left-handed slave interrupts him. The narrator describes how the entire Roman world would have been thrown into chaos if this guy had been right, but because he was left-handed, his bad luck was contained. The Romans really took it to a whole nother level. And it wasn't just superstition. Imagine being in the military, having just finished your basic training, and then being told you are not allowed to use your dominant hand. It also didn't help that the Romans viewed left-handedness as a flaw that needed to be But this bias didn't just affect a person's everyday life. It could literally get them killed. Today, we still see the legacy of this ancient bias. So next time someone says left or lefty, just remind them that they're perpetuating a harmful stereotype that has no place in our society today. Thanks for watching.